Hey, I'm Rikard.
And I'm Madeleine.
We are from the band ELEINE, and you're experiencing That Metal Interview podcast.
That Metal Interview.
So you guys were on this podcast about 2 years ago. Thank you for
Is
returning.
it already 2 years? Wow.
About 2 years. Time flies by quick, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, really. Thanks for having us again, man. Nice to see you.
Thank you for making time. So you must be on tour right now with Primal Fear, if my research is correct, right?
Absolutely correct. Yes, this is the first day off. We've had 3 shows so far. This is first day off. We're somewhere in Germany with a beautiful, beautiful view outside, actually. We managed to find a good spot for internet, at least, to make this interview happen. So, yeah, it's been good so far.
Are you guys one to meet fans? Do you make time for the fans, or are you guys the type that you finish playing and you just run to the bus or the van?
So there is a lot of work for us to do. It is not that we run to the bus and go to bed. It's a lot of packing and loading out and getting organized and stuff like that. So sometimes there's just no way to meet anyone. But we've said that where it's possible, maybe we can arrange by the trailer or something, but it always is a day-to-day kind of thing that we
More
need to
spontaneous
look
kind
at.
of meetups. Yeah.
Spontaneous meetups, yeah.
I understand that part. So if I see you guys, I'm in Texas. So if I see you guys in concert, is it kind of difficult to meet you guys? Is that what you're saying, or?
No. The thing is that if we're having, like last year and this year, we had our first headline tour actually in Europe. And we were offering these kind of VIP packages as well, and went super great. And for us, it was way more fun to actually have like dedicated 45 minutes to 1 hour. Sometimes it was even more, if we actually had the time. We just hang out with our fans and discuss.
Talk.
And this is those are the moments where we can actually, have time to talk more, not just, oh, hello, how nice, a photo, right? And this is actually the moments where we get to hear their stories that they want to share. But also it can be if they're curious about, whatever gear we're using, it is way more fun to have that time and not be as stressed. So like now when we're on a sport tour, like for our patrons, we have said we can like arrange more spontaneous kind of meetups, and we've always said this. If you come to any one of our shows and we're like support, or if we headline and cannot offer VIP thingies, make sure you always keep an eye out, because if you see us, never be a stranger asking for a photo or getting a signature, because the fans is why, like, that is our daily fuel doing what we do now. So we always take the time, obviously. Always.
So on this day off, you say, what is a day off for you guys? I mean, are you still traveling, or do you guys kick back in a hotel, in a bus?
Right now, we're actually, it's kind of a combination here, because we're next to a hotel, but we're in our bus. So days off is always very varied when it comes to that. We've never really booked hotel rooms for our band members, because we like the bus. We like the hanging out and doing stuff together. And I took a walk 30 minutes to the gym in town here, and then I walked back. That was great. I had a workout with our driver. Super nice. So it's nice to be out with colleagues and family, so to speak, which it kind of becomes when you're in that tight compartment. And so some days off is actually only travel, but luckily we're standing still. We can do this. It's very nice. And that's it.
And it's usually a lot of work to catch up on that you don't have time for during the actual show days. So,
we have a very fun thing today, though, because today of this very interview recording that you're doing, we have a music video coming out, right?
Today?
Madeleine.
Yes, today. So that's a part of it. And so all day now, it's like, fixing with all the social media content and everything, and preparing for the music video release. So usually days off are either just for me to lay down and try to take a nap or two every now and then if possible, but most of the time, the majority of the time, is really just work.
We'll get to
and getting hands on food. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to the new EP right now in a bit. We Stand United. As far as the set list, guys, are you guys including We Stand United, the new song, of course, right? Or is it the other albums?
Well, yes to both of those questions.
You have to promote the new stuff, right?
Yeah,
new stuff and old stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It's I mean, if I would be someone attending to one of our concerts now, I would kind of expect to hear We Stand United, now when it's out. And for us, it is obviously very fun as well to finally perform it. We have been rehearsing it for quite some time, and we recorded it earlier this year, so now we're just like super hyped, and it feels great to do this song live.
Oh yeah, like for us, it's obvious to play the new songs, and I do believe that. So I think it's more of a really old band kind of thing, that if a band has existed for like 40 or 50 years, then you have lots of old music that people love, and the new music the old people don't really like. So if you play something, we're gonna play only the new stuff. No, play the old stuff, right? We're not there anyways. So of course, we're gonna play the new stuff and the old stuff. So it's kind of the same sphere right now. We've existed for what, 11 years? So that question maybe will be relevant in like when we've existed 30 years. If we're gonna, hey, do you dare to play the new stuff, or will people like you for it?
I love the riff for We Stand United. Who came up with that? That's just awesome. It's metal all the way. What were you thinking, or who's responsible for this riff?
Well, I mean, we're chugging along, right? So it's whenever I stumble upon something that's good, Madeleine tells me, "Rikard, that is fucking great. Let's evolve this," and that is what we do.
I am a sucker for really good riffs, so it's always the same. Whenever, sometimes he's just sitting in the studio, fiddling a little bit, just trying out things. I'm like, oh, I love this. Come on now, I'm gonna make a song out of that. And it's always nice whenever that is happening, because we get super hyped, both of us. Like whenever you have a good riff, this is something we can build on. And this one, it's pretty simple, but it's just so chuggy, and it's like just marching on. And when I heard it, just that first part, I just knew
it's metal all the way. It's metal.
Yeah, right. Thank you for saying that. I'm super happy to hear that.
This specific one was I did that dun 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 dun, just really short.
Yeah.
And then Madeleine said, what happens if we loop this? And we did, and it just well, let's make an entire song of it then. Let's have that also in the chorus, and we just went with it. Yeah.
I'm a huge Metallica fan. There's a song that sounds kind of like it, but it's not. It's got the same formula. It's called Eye of the Beholder. It's on And Justice.
Oh.
Yeah, it's similar.
No, I have to go back, actually. I mean, I have heard the song, but I have to go back and refresh my memory, because we love Metallica, so...
Yeah.
No, nothing wrong. Your riff is your riff, and it's different. If you compare them, it's different.
But you feel the same kind of vibe, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's great. I gotta check it out.
It's awesome. It's
That's
awesome.
a good compliment, Rikard.
Awesome.
We like Metallica.
The mighty Hetfield, yes. Are you guys Metallica fans or not?
Sure.
You said, both of you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love thrash.
Live in Seattle, 1989 is one of the best performances I know.
I've only met one artist through these interviews that is not a fan, and that's the drummer for Anchor, former Nervosa. She said she's not a Metallica fan.
Well, each to their own. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So I guess, right? That's the only person that said ever. I don't like Metallica.
Putting her out there now like this.
So for fans watching this, what is a day like on the road for you guys, for Elaine, Rikard, and Madeleine? Each one of you, you wake up in the morning in the bus, somewhere on the road, or are you parked somewhere? Can you take us through a day of the life on the road for you guys?
Sure. You can start, Madeline.
Yeah, well, that usually, so far, you're usually parked already, or you are about to park. So, and often whenever you arrive, you get access to what's called get-in. When you get access to the venue, you get access to, you know, toilets, the dressing room, like a breakfast, like a small buffet kind of thing. And after that, whenever you got that first energy bump of the breakfast, it is time to do the load-in. And we're always a part of that so far still. I mean, now we have a great crew with us and everything, but it is nice to have like a routine going on as well, in my opinion, because I don't know, it's something with the team spirit too. You know, we've had a lot of fun moments. So we're doing the load-in, and then you start setting up the gear. And then it depends, of course, if you're headliner or support, how the days may look, but this is just like a general thing. So you set up your things, and whenever it's time for your sound check, you do that, and then you go and eat some dinner, preferably whenever it's cooked in-house, which is often is in Europe at least. And then we prepare ourselves. Then it's time for the show. So it can sound like very, like in big picture general, but of course you can always go more in depth. But some days you have more of a waiting time than others, but it's always nice whenever you get into the daily schedule. You know, like now, like last tour we just did was a headliner tour. We had a different kind of schedule because we also had the VIP thing after our sound check. But now we are support to Primal Fear, so it's like completely different in a way. But still you have these, you know, get in, load in, dinner, sound check, and so on.
And
Rikard?
while, oh yeah, broad strokes, that is it.
Yeah.
And there are things. I mean, we do the same kind of thing, right? So Madeline and I, we run the band, and we kind of steer where it needs to go. And we do have a tour manager with us this time, and he's helping us out really, really much. We were really, really happy to have him along with us, Heikki. And the guys are, of course, doing their work as well. So one added point I would like to put in there is the rig time and the sound check. So we got the load in, yeah, but so first Primal Fear has their load in, so they're gonna take all their stuff, just funnel it in, right? And to not mix stuff up and bottleneck, we wait with our load in until they're done. And when they're done and ready, you know, with their up-rigging and stuff like that, we have our time to load, right? So we start to load in, and we have kind of a small rig time, and they do their sound check. So, you know, sometimes we're not really there. It's just blasting sound, basically. And when they're done, we get access to complete our rig on stage. We take it all up, we rig up our stuff, we do our sound check, and when that's done, we leave our stuff on stage because we're the first band out. That is how it goes with sound checks. The first band out, sound checks last. So it just stays. And yeah, that was the only thing I wanted to add. So it's a lot of work without plugging in and the thing, getting everything working. Is everything all right? Oh my God, because that's us.
It's
we're
long
doing that.
days, right? I mean, the days are very long. You're not clocking in and out, you know, after 6 to 8 hours. It's like fully the full day until you pass out in your bunk.
Well, it's a whole life on the road that some fans don't understand. I mean, we see you guys on YouTube or live for 1 hour or 45 minutes or whatever, and
and this is
what about the rest of the 22 hours? You know what? Where's the band?
Yeah.
What do you do, right? Yeah.
exactly. So I mean, that's us as well. I want to add that because other bands do it other ways. Other bands have more help. Other bands have less help. Other bands have more gear. Other bands have less gear. So this is just us. And if you want to know, so you can't really take this and well then this other band does exactly that. We have no idea what they do, but this is what we do.
For an example, I know that a bunch of bands and the members, and it's like whenever they have an opportunity, whenever they have like 1 or 2 hours, they want to go out from the venue. They want to go and discover the city or see all these things. And I've always admired that because it's a curiosity, right? They want to see the things that maybe the city is famous for, and I would love that too. But I have this thing that I'm not mentally there. And for me, it is like, okay, this is a work day. We're at this venue. We have this show in front of us. I'm like fully focused and engaged there. So for me to go out to like discover the city, that is only on days off if I have the time. But on a show day, where we are now with the schedule we just talked about, I cannot see that happen. I'm just not there. I can barely watch movies when I'm on tour because I'm not there.
I'd say no one in our band does that. I would maybe do it if I know that there will be an hour of where I'm absolutely not needed and there's a retro game store nearby. Then
yeah,
I'll
like
go there.
something like that. If it's super close by, right? Then it's way easier to just like, I'm gonna peep over there, you know.
Yeah.
You get distracted from your mindset for the gig, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not there, you know, to do those things. I'm here to work, I guess, and enjoy the show and make sure I don't forget anything, you know. I guess everyone works differently in our heads, but this is just how I work.
Yeah. I feel that Madeleine and I, we have a lot of on our shoulders, so we don't, like, our main interest is to make the machine work. And within that, you can't really have the leisure.
Both of you, equipment-wise, how many guitars do you carry, Rikard? And Madeleine, do you carry your own mic, or do you just use whatever you throw at you?
I have my lovely Sennheiser. It's a handheld one with a capsule that suits my voice very well. So I have one microphone and two capsules. That's my gear. And of course, I have my lovely in-ear monitoring as well. So I don't have that much gear as the guys, of course, because I'm just a vocalist, you know. But I have the more chains to put on my outfit at least.
Right, yeah. You have to do the appearance, the presentation, wardrobe.
Yeah.
Rikard,
yeah, exactly.
Rikard, how about yourself? Equipment-wise, how many guitars do you carry?
So I carry a main guitar and a backup, and so does Victor. So we have 4 guitars in total. I have 2 microphones on stage. I don't believe we have the backups for them this time because they are really reliable. But
maybe we don't.
No, we don't.
Oops.
I usually do. I usually do have 2 backups, but I realize now that we don't. Right now.
Yeah, we don't. Whoops.
But anyways, if one of my microphones would break, I would just use the other one for the remainder of the tour. And one thing I do not like to do is use in-house microphones because I don't know. I don't like being touched, right? You know what I mean? I don't want to put my lips on a microphone that's rusty.
It's really personal. This is
I play in a band here locally in Texas. Nothing professional like you guys. It's just, cover band and all that.
Yeah.
So I do a little bit of vocals.
Cool, though.
I do some vocals, and I've gotten sick. Like whenever I use some strange mic from the festival provides or whatever. Do you guys do it for that reason, right? Because you might get sick too, right? Of course.
That's too. Yeah, it's for sure the hygienic part, obviously, but it's also that. A microphone is a microphone, but it can vary so much with the actual vocals, how it sounds with my vocals, for example. I mean, you have these more like generic microphones that's more like all round, but if you want to deep dive and really try to find something that pops well, that makes the voice work well in the mix, you have to find something that suits your voice a little bit more. That's why I'm very grateful, because I've always liked Sennheiser. And I actually asked them, like, okay, can we look into finding something that really suits me? And he said, you know what, after researching about your vocals and how it sounds, I recommend this one. And he did the same with Rikard, because Rikard is also doing clean vocals and growls, so he needs something that works for both and that is not letting in too much cymbals from behind, and that's why I'm very grateful that we could get that personal service as well, that they could pinpoint, you should have this, and it just works so perfectly. It sounds so good. And it's very nice because it's more fair to your voice as well.
Do you guys believe in having a record label or no record label? As far as new bands go, or an experienced band like you guys, do you really need a label?
In which way?
A record label, do you think it's necessary for a band to make it out there? Or you guys are known already, so do you really need a label?
It depends on, first of all, what your goal is, and it depends on how disciplined you are as a band. It also depends on what finances you have whenever you start. There's so many things that is weighing into this question that becomes quite big, to be honest. I mean, for some bands, no, you don't need a record label anymore. Metallica doesn't have one, I believe. They're just, they own the rights to the majority, I guess, of your licenses. And we have been very thorough that we will never have an old classic artist contract. We've always been doing the license thing because we want the license to go back to us. We have our own record label where we are putting expired licenses. We're putting it on that label because that is like our future income. And then we have, of course, a label now, Rain Phoenix Music. And that is, as I said, a little bit what your goal is. I mean, we want to work our way up, and I'm not saying that we couldn't do this by ourselves, but now we're working with like our product manager. She's really sharp. She really is, and it's nice to have someone to throw ideas with as well. And then you also have the promotional part. So really, promotion is a lot of it whenever you're having a release, and that's why it's so sad to see sometimes. You see so many bands out there, and like I see a bunch of, like, I like a lot of atmospheric black metal, for an example, and you see that they're just uploading their music on whatever digital streaming platforms, and they think that, now we'll just, reach people. No, it will not. And it just breaks my heart when it says like, 20 monthly listeners, and it's like the best stuff I've heard in a long time, right? I mean, we put so much of ourselves into the music, so many hours, and some money too for the mix and master. So it just feels like such a shame. So yes, some actually do need a record label. Some wants to have one, and some will just go independent. And we can never say where we will end, but we have been like trying to find our way through this little jungle in our business. But we are here right now, and so far we're very, very happy it's going well, and we're very excited about this release too, obviously. It seems to be very well received.
Well, there you go. For new bands listening to this, there's some awesome advice right there from you guys. So thank you for that advice as far as labels and uploading songs on Spotify or whatever. There you go.
Yeah, remember that the promotional part is truly everything to try and kind of break through all of the bands that are out there today. And
because everyone can put out music, right, Madeleine?
Yes,
everyone can put out music. Everyone can do that. But the key is the promotion to actually reach the audience. Sadly, today, I mean, it could happen. Can you please mute your microphone, Madeleine? I kind of hear myself in a loop. Thank you. So you can definitely reach an audience through just putting stuff out there, but the chance is really, really, really low. So the promotion is key to reach the audience that you want to reach. That is the key.
Very important.
Otherwise yes. Otherwise you will just be in an endless loop of why is this not working?
So and also it's very important, the thing that we mentioned, just to really make sure, like each to their own, but I would never ever recommend someone to let a label own their master. Always go with the licensing. Honestly, that I'm sure if someone else like way bigger than me would say, no, you're wrong. Sure, then that's your opinion. But I'm just sharing our experience. Never let them own the master. You are stuck. Do the license thing. It's the standard nowadays as well. So if there's a small label being like, no, we can own the master. Remember what we said. Just keep that in mind. It's super important.
It's a whole business out there. When I was a kid, I mean, you just pick up a guitar and you want to learn Master of Puppets, you want to learn Slayer or whatever. That's a whole other monster, huh? The business side of it.
Yeah.
The publishing, music, uploading nowadays, getting on the road, recording, rights. Right? There's a bunch of stuff out there. So it's a whole plate full of homework, huh? Wow.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Speaking of music, the last album you guys released was We Shall Remain, right? 2023. When is the new full length coming out? Is that in the works? Is it finished? Can you update us there?
Of course, of course. So when we release an EP, it's kind of a between albums kind of thing. That is how we work. So with that said, then yes, definitely there's a new album in the works, and you can expect something next year.
Okay. When can we expect you in the U.S. again? I missed you guys last time. When is that going to happen?
Dude, that's a huge question right now during this climate of not being able to get into North America, which is very, very sad for music lovers all over North America and also for the bands outside of North America. I would love to say a date for you, but what I can say is that it's going to be as soon as possible. We really, really want to get back to North America. And with this saying, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. A lot of bands have many, many issues getting into North America, and that's bad. That's sad, and that's bad. And as I just said, the music lovers in North America as well, they're also being affected by this, of course, and that's also sad and bad. What is good in this bad situation is what I feel that North American bands can actually get out of North America to Europe or wherever. So in the whole bad situation, there's at least that, and that makes me kind of like a little bit appreciated still. But I would like to say to you as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's just the government is real, or whoever's in charge of that, the visas, right? I think a lot of bands have trouble
Yeah,
with
the
visas,
visa.
really.
Yeah,
So that's
it's
just
really a little bit of a hassle. Like to give an example, how it doesn't only have to be one side or the other, is that now we were actually supposed to play at Mad with Power Festival in June this year, and on the US side, the visas were approved, but on the Swedish side, on the US embassy, they were not approved in time. They were not very helpful, I may add. So we had to do that very heavy call to Ty, who runs the festival, and it was of course sad. But he was like, "Yeah, the things that you're not the only ones." He said, like, he had a band from Japan, I believe, that was supposed to come to the US as well, and he said that embassy had just closed down for the entire month of May. So he was like, "They just shut down."
wow.
Weird, like, okay, so all right, so but we need both sides to make it possible, and that was not possible. So it was very heavy. It kind of ruined a lot of our plans, obviously, but. And I really thought that maybe it's easier for bigger bands, but we have heard through agents and managements and whatnot that no, it's not only us. It's also bigger bands that has the problem. So that's a very, very small comfort to know that you're not alone, at least.
Before I let you go, what's next on your agenda? What's up next for the band after this tour? What can we expect from Elaine?
Oh shit! No, Madeline, don't mute. You go. You go first.
Oh, all right. I was like full prepared. You look so happy.
I
But
thought I got something, but I'm gonna wait.
we're continuing on this tour, obviously. It runs until early October. And then we will continue to do our hard work in our own studio, obviously, because we have our next full-length album to finish up this tour, and it runs to early October. Then we will go into our own studio to finish up the next album. And of course, at the same time, we're planning a lot for 2026. So we just ask everyone to stay tuned and keep our eyes open everywhere, obviously.
And as of today, of this recording, today we are going to sit by our YouTube channel and just experience the new music video, We Stand United, because it's getting released in like, what, 2.5 hours? And that's going to be fantastic.
Awesome. So thank you guys for your time, and I'll let you do what you're doing on your day off, and we'll see you sometime. Thank you guys for your time. Appreciate that.
We really appreciate
Thank you very
having us
much.
again. Thank you so very much. And hey, let's have a chat next time for the full-length album.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Keep rocking.
You too, man.
Thank you. And so we thank Rikard and Madeleine, lead guitarist and lead vocalist for the band ELEINE, straight out of Sweden. The symphonic metal band presents their third EP, We Stand United, which dropped on September 5th of 2025. And we ask them what is the wait, because their last full-length album dropped on 2023 2 years ago, we shall remain. And so they answer that question to see what's going on there. What's the wait for 2 years? And for all you fanatics of symphonic metal, there you go. An in-depth interview and insight on a day on tour with ELEINE, on their current tour with Primal Fear, as they talk about that adventure. So anyways, thank you, Madeleine and Rikard, the super talented guitar player Rikard, and the super talented front woman and vocalist for ELEINE. So pick up their latest EP, We Stand United. Download, stream. As far as our podcast goes, don't forget to subscribe, download, and stream. And don't forget to keep it metal.
That metal interview.